I'm sorry. Oh, you read his book. All right. See, there you go. Um, so interesting, interesting. So that's kind of the backstory on Seers and so forth. Um, I don't know. I agree with Ed Case that when you go into a trance, your unconscious has a lot of information that you don't even realize in your conscious mind. So maybe that part is true. Actually, I've never told anybody this before. Um, that spring summer before 9/11, I had a dream about it. I had a dream of those towers coming down. I didn't know what they were at the time. I did not know they were the towers. I mean, I'd not seen them or anything like that, so I was, pretty uninformed on that. But I saw that. I saw people screaming. Yeah, the third eye. That's it. That's it. I'm going to do the third eye, yes. Yeah, the unconscious mind. I could believe that. But yeah, I had a really horrible dream about that. And I didn't realize it till after it had happened, what it was. Yeah, that's it, the third eye. Um, do you believe in that? I got to tell you, and I'm going to do probably, I don't know if I'm going to do it next week or wait till after The Walking Dead's over, on tarot cards, Ouija boards, crystal balls, the runes, crystals. We're going to do a whole show on that. And because I'll tell you, my girlfriend, she's been reading tarot cards for 30 years. She is amazing, and it's scary sometimes how accurate it is. And she really doesn't do anything. She just reads the cards. But you're the one picking them, basically, which is kind of creepy. And she's always been pretty spot on with that. We'll talk about getting your aura cleansed and all, different things like that. But we're going to be talking about that in the near future. Yeah, I believe in the tarot cards. You believe in the past lives, that reincarnation, that you've led a past life? That's another thing we'll end up discussing at one point or another. Um, what do you think would happen if we met a true seer? I think it would scare the hell out of everybody. I really do. Perhaps, but don't we all kind of want a wise mentor like that? Perhaps that person sitting in a rocking chair. Hey, there's Michelle. Glad you made it for a few. Really? I think it's a lot to do with the unconscious mind and part of the mind part of the brain we don't use. I don't know. We have so many toxins in us. It's not just the fluoride. Um, so I have to agree. Maybe part of it. We got a lot of toxins in our systems. Do you believe in seers and um, clairvoyance and such, Michelle? Glad you stopped in. I know you're busy, hon. Um, but don't we all long for somebody like that who could tell us what's going to happen? You really think it's a birth defect? You don't think that maybe our unconscious mind has information that our conscious mind doesn't? For real? Okay. Thanks, Ike. Maybe we imagine, the person sitting in the rocking chair on the porch, or we climb the mountaintop to find the most wisest man in the world. And then again, it may be the image of the wise, reflective grandmother, um, whose every utterance is what we needed to hear. Yeah, I think it's hereditary. Yeah, it's hereditary, but could that people, yeah, I believe it's hereditary, but couldn't that talent of using the both sides of the brain or the seeing part, be hereditary like that? The third eye, yeah, it could be hereditary. Gypsies, for years it's been that kind of, the fortune telling and seers have generations. And then again, we could be looking for the wise men on the mountain, or our grandmother, whose every utterance is just what we needed to hear, like the oracle in the Matrix. Do they still exist? Have we driven them all underground? Or perhaps we wouldn't recognize them if we saw them. We all have our notions of what a true visionary, a great seer, would look like and behave. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. I think it's a talent that I think we all have but don't know how to use. I totally agree. I totally agree with that, Michelle. Although, as we go through life, we never find such a person. I could well be. I have to agree with you there. That's what I think. That's what I was trying to say. You say it so much better than I do. Thank you. Though we know better emotionally, we can't let go of our idealized dream. If we were to meet a true seer in real life, they would probably fall short of what... Oh, you think if you're ambidextrous, you can use both sides of the brain? I don't know about that. A portion of it, maybe. But I think we'd all be a little disappointed if we really met a true seer. Of course, nowadays, everything you hear has to be proven. Okay. For anything to be considered truth, it must be proven. This approach, of course, has served us well in fabulous technologies, but we all talked about that. This is just in general, so we won't get into that. We know that what we think about technology. So anyway, it seems seers of our time have left their caves and front porches and entered the modern day fast-paced world. Do you remember Gene Dixon? Ah, very cool. Do you? Now I have to use my right. Huh. Have you had any experiences with maybe seeing something that hasn't happened yet? Let's see. Yes, I'm typing, so. Oh, yeah, I agree, Michelle. Why not? See? Uh-huh. Well, I might be onto something there then. I knew you would. More like feelings? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a part of it. I think we all could if we trained our minds to do it, I guess. I am definitely not ambidextrous. No, I can't, I could write barely legibly with my left hand, but that's about it. I couldn't do what she does. I have to shoot with my right hand. Everything, I'm right-handed, period. So I'm definitely not ambidextrous. But if somebody at a early age is taught both hands, do you think that that's because of the that they can learn because of the brain thing. There's Stephen. Because I know when you're little kids, like 2 or 3, they can be taught to use both hands. I couldn't now. I believe that, Michelle. Must have been a good deal. Maybe it was like, don't pass this deal up type of thing. Wow. Yeah, sometimes you get some overwhelming feelings that you know if you're going to do something, it's not going to turn out well. I mean, really. You write with either hand, Ike? Wow. I'm not that talented, sorry. But so, Michelle, if huh. Oh my God. See? Wow. Her TV went out 2 days like, wow, that's crazy. See? It was telling you something. So do you think at a young age, say, 1, 2, 3, that if a child is taught to use both hands, left and right, and they can use either hand, do you think that opens them up more? I'm just trying to get a handle on things. Do you think that opens them up more to something like that? Just curious. What do you think? I have to say, and seers don't, yeah, don't follow any preconceived notions of where they should live, how they should look or behave or speak. Seers often go unrecognized, even you should meet them. So who is able to recognize seers when they see them? Probably another seer, right? People who pursue seers do so with their own biased judgment. If they only really knew what a seer was, they would be one themselves. To find wise, insightful, profound seers in the world, perhaps we first need to find the seer that dwells within all of us. The clear vision of that inner seer is required in order to identify the seers in this world. Embark upon the journey to see beyond your own limitations, those limitations that prevent you from knowing a seer or knowing if you are one. Exactly. Well, yeah, true. So they have no, what I'm saying is, yeah, they have no, oh, I believe you could. But if you teach a young child like that to use the right and left hand, that doesn't matter. You can do this. Do you think that opens them up to maybe have those like things that you could, like those feelings, more like feelings, or like you're not supposed to do that. Yeah, no, I'm not going to, and something happened. Good thing you didn't. I think so. I think it's more prominent in people. Some people yeah, I believe everybody has the ability of some kind. Some people may have very little. Other people, like Michelle was saying, they could have lots. So everybody's not going to be the same in that area. So sometimes you just get that feeling of no. You plan on doing something like anxiety. Yeah, but do you think that could be a type of, I don't know.